I wear cotton sweats. And I was like, all right, man, absolutely. But no, guys, really humble guy. I mean, just awesome stuff. I can vouch for it myself. I can take every Friday. It's extra reason for me to wake up in the morning. So, again, I'm not a financial advisor. So, our next speaker is the CEO of the Black Tube, an internet sensation with a portfolio of 10 billion video views. He's also a music producer. His Baby Shark remix with his So In Love family has reached over 150 million viewers. He's a motivational speaker and author of the forthcoming bestseller, The Algorithm Cracker. Give it up for Coach A.
B-B-E-T.
Let me get an A-P. Hey. All right. How you guys doing today? Good. I'm doing good as well. I'm so excited to see all of your beautiful faces out here today. And yesterday we had our, basically the meet and greet. I got to meet some of you, and I was in amazement to see people who are not done, who are not finished, who have so much more to give to this world, so much more to give with their lives. So give it up for yourself. You want to win, give it up for yourself, okay? So a little bit about myself. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Okay, so growing up in Brooklyn, it was not easy. New York has become gentrified, so now you say you live in Brooklyn, it's like, hey, okay. But the Brooklyn that I know, many of you have watched in movies, and there was not much opportunity there, okay? You have the options. For me, some of my friends made it through sports. A couple people, they'd say they made it through education, but there was always limitations. And I'm the type of person, I don't want any limitations in life. I don't want there to be any ceilings in terms of how high I can go. So I started off an athlete. I was playing sports, and some of my friends even made it. And I'm like, okay, his life is good. He was able to move his family out, but there still was limitations. So I'm like, should I go fully into this, or should I pursue something else? So I say about 19 years old, I got my first, I guess it's a real job. You guys remember Circuit City? Yeah. So that was my first real job. And the reason why I chose this job is because as a salesman, they told me you wouldn't have any limitations. If you continue to work hard, and there's no limit to your pay grade. You can make more and more. I said, you know what, I like that. So I started off at that job, and I did quite well. And from then, the next job I had was at another company similar to that. It was called The Wiz. It's a store like Circuit City. It's called The Wiz. So at The Wiz, I began to get involved in the tech side. I began to get involved in computers. And I had been playing video games all my life. Play Super Mario. I wish I could go on the edge over here, but many of you who played Mario know that there's like a cheat code where if you hit the thing on the edge, you end up getting like 100 men. And I said, wow, this is cool. I cracked the algorithm within this game. So I began to play more games, and with more games, I began to crack the code in every game that I played. So now I have my own computer, and I'm like, what can I do on this computer? Grew up we would have pen pals in school. Okay, you're going to write, right now we're writing to, you have a pen pal in Japan. Okay, at some point, that person would write back. There was no text, no text messages. It took time to receive this message back. So I received this message back maybe weeks later, and then after an ongoing conversation for about half a year, finally get to meet this pen pal. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. I was able to talk to someone, and now I actually can meet them. So here we go. On the internet, I'm talking to people from all across the world. And I don't have to wait weeks or months for a response. I'm getting an instant response. So I'm in Brooklyn, New York, and I mean, it's violent. So I remember laying on the ground to avoid the gunshots. You know, I'm playing the video games, I'm laying down. I don't want no stray bullets over here. So I'm typing, I'm talking to people, and they're in a totally different environment than I am. An environment that I can envision myself one day being a part of. So what ends up happening is I get really good at using this computer, the same way I was good at these video games. So parents, if you're a parent, if your children are into this, into gaming, if they are constantly on their device, don't stop them, okay? They are actually learning more through this game than they're learning at school, all right? So what ends up happening is I begin to get better and better at this computer, and I began cracking the algorithms within the computer. So the first thing that I did, I put out a music video, 2001. First, I put out a video in 99, no, a song, first album in 99, but then I put a music video out in 2001. And me and my brother, we wanted to reach as many people as we could. We would perform all over the place in the city, but we wanted to reach a larger audience. So we put the video online. I got into doing my thing, promoting it, cracking these algorithms. Before you know it, hundreds of millions of people now know me, my brother, our group. We get offered to tour, and we went to London, we went to Denmark, we went to Africa, to Nairobi, Kenya. I'm in Johannesburg. I'm like, wow, all of this came about because of the skills that I have on the internet. So one step further, I said, you know what? I don't want to just have any type of woman to be my wife. One of my favorite movies growing up was Weird Science. How many of you seen Weird Science? Weird Science. So what I loved about Weird Science is these two nerds, man. These two guys, they wanted to create their own, like, superwoman or whatever. And they went about it. They created this superwoman. And then I watched their lives transform through that. That's what happens throughout the movie. They go from the crowd of not being cool to now they're just the coolest guys out there, you know? So I would watch this movie over and over and over again. So here it is. I get on this computer, and first I'll be honest, I prayed to God and I asked God to send me that type of woman, not the woman in the movie, but to send me a superwoman. So I get on this computer, and I found a site. And when I first found this website, I opened my computer. I shut it as fast as I could because I was in shock that there were all these different types potentially that, could be someone that I would be with. So I went on to meet a lot of these people in person. A lot of them came to New York, and there was compatibility there, and some not so. I met one girl who was from California. Growing up, I always would listen, even growing up in Brooklyn, New York. I had to sneak when I was listening to Snoop, when I was listening to Dre, to Tupac, because it was an East Coast, West Coast war going on right now. They're like, how you over here listening to their music? I liked it. This is what I like. So I always had an affinity for California. So what ends up happening is I reach out to this girl from California, and I'm like, weird science? This looks like what I've been dreaming about in this woman. So we talk online. There was Yahoo Messenger back then. I don't know if you guys were on the internet back then. When I was on Yahoo Messenger, we would have the greatest conversation 2 times a year. She wouldn't pop back online. And I'm like, all these other girls, it was easy for me to meet them, but we'd have the greatest conversation, and she's like, nah, I'm not giving you my number. I'm like, what's the point? Why did we just talk? What was the point of this? So here we go. 5 years later now, it's 2006. We have one of these great conversations again, and I cracked the algorithm with her. I cracked the algorithm. You know what it was? I was used to them giving me their number. She wanted me to give her my number. So she wanted the pressure to be on me, and I wasn't used to that. But you got to be willing to get uncomfortable to get the great things that you desire in this world. So you have to take the risk. It doesn't sound like that big of a risk just to say, okay, well, you take the number. But a lot of people are hesitant to do things just because they're afraid of hearing a no. Okay, so I gave her the number, and what ends up happening? I had 2 phones. One phone was, it was the phone with all of the ladies, but I gave her my number that was like my personal line. So, yeah, I go to Madison Square Garden. My cousin, he coaches all of these pros, so they have a basketball game. I'm at this game, but I'm waiting online to get in the game. Someone pickpockets me for my phone. And it's the phone, the chick phone with all of the numbers in it. I'm like, this is crazy. I got pickpocketed for my phone. This never happened to me before. I get home that day, and I get a call from this 310 number. Weird science. It's her. So we end up having the greatest convo ever. And that turned into more great convos. I said, you know what? I'm going to take this risk. I'm going to go out to California, and I'm going to meet you. So I go out to California. I meet her. We've been inseparable ever since. Give it up for my wife over there, Siobhan, Dangerous Diva. Stand up, babe. I bring all of that up to say this. So first, we meet, but then 2 years later, it's long-distance dating. New York, California. She's coming from California to New York. Everybody's wondering, like, oh, okay, is he being faithful? Is she being faithful? What's really going on? We're taking a risk with this relationship. So 2 years in, they said, you know what? It's time. We're getting married. I'm leaving behind businesses that I have in New York. I'm leaving behind everything. Everyone's like, this guy's crazy. He's going mad. What is he doing? I moved to California, we take the, she took a risk too. You took a risk in me, baby. I take the risk and move to California. You saw that, right? Move to California and start another chapter in my life. What a great decision it was. Because what ends up happening is the skill set that I had developed in New York with these computers, a door opens where I meet a guy who he gets paid to create content on YouTube. So when I say this, it sounds normal to you, but this is as far back as 2009, 2010. So I have videos out there already that have been reaching millions. I've been telling you guys about, I'm reaching millions of views in 2001. But there's no lane to actually monetize that content at the time. So now, after taking this risk and moving to California, I'm in the right space with the right set of people, with the skill set that I was building now is valuable. It's of huge value. So I began monetizing, and this is as far back as about 2010. And I want to say maybe 3 months in, the guy who I met, who put me on, I began doing better than he was doing. So I'm like, okay. Growing up in Brooklyn, you don't, there's a lot of haters. So I don't want to say, I don't even want to let him know the success that I have. So it probably took some months. I let him know about the success I was having. And he's like, AP, I knew you was going to do this. He's like, that's the reason why I opened the door for you, because I knew that you would become successful. He said, matter of fact, I want to sign my channel over to you because you know this thing better than I do. So I'm like, wow, like all of these doors started opening for me. What follows then is I actually get called into a meeting with YouTube. They're like, okay, you have these videos, you're reaching millions of views. We want to offer you your own network. At the time, I'm like, I don't understand. Well, what's a network? What is that? But you play like you know what's going on. So I'm like, okay, network, yeah, okay. So what's the terms of that? Okay, we'll do that. And what can I do with this network? They said, you know what? You can partner any talent that you see fit, and they will get the support that they need to go viral. I'm like, okay, that sounds great. So one of the channels that we signed, Professor Live, guy, he does videos. Sometimes he's dressed as Spider-Man, and he's doing these different moves with basketball. More recent videos, he's Bugs Bunny. So when we signed his channel, he had 5,000 subscribers. I don't know if you guys seen it now, but he's at close to 7 million subscribers. So one of my major gifts is that if I have a conversation with somebody, at some point, it clicks. I can see where this person is going to be in the future. I can see what their passions are and how we can monetize those passions. So, I mean, the list goes on. My portfolio on YouTube alone is over 10 billion views. Give it up for that. I'm looking at all of you guys now because I'm so serious. That's my gift. Like, I can see. I talked to some people yesterday. There he is right there, my guy Ed. When I talk to someone, it comes to me who this person is, who they can become. And the reason why I can see this is because growing up in the struggle and making it out the struggle, I have been counted out many times. Many times. I think I think that was Jesse. Did he say he had like a 980 or 970 on his SAT or something like that? Well, I was the 970. I was the B minus student. I was the dropout. I dropped out of college 2 times. Okay? I was playing basketball. I went, and then things didn't work out, so you go to another school. I go to the next school, just doors were not opening, and I didn't want to leave. I had no choice. And people counted me out during that time. But all of that time, I was being molded like a diamond under pressure, you know? So I want you guys never, ever, ever quit on yourself. Always believe in yourself and get excited when you're going through something. It's not fun to go through it, but what it means is that you're being molded into that next great thing. So on that topic, what ends up happening, one of my greatest accomplishments, I have my son, he's 12 now. I have 2 sons, 12 and 6. My oldest son, J Funk, in 2013, he became one of the first kids ever to be like a major influencer on the internet. We would make videos, me and my wife would, one day we'll be doing the interviews with LeBron, Drake, Kobe. The next day we'll be with this one, that one, and this 3-year-old, he's like, Daddy, I want to make videos too. I want to do what you guys are doing. Like, come on, stop. You're messing up the video. You're too loud. So one day I said, you know what? Come on. What you want to do? Let's go do it. He takes out his Thomas and Friends train, and he makes this video. It's like, and this is Thomas, and look at this, and look at this track that I made. The next day, this kid got 500,000 views. So I said, hold up. I grew up, there's so many characteristics that we get from our parents, just naturally. So naturally, we would go to the store, and I knew it was a no for me. So if I go to the store, and with my dad growing up, great parents, I have great parents. But we go into the store, Daddy, can I get this? No. Mommy, can I get this? No. So I start saying that to my son too. But after that video, reaches 500,000 views, the next day, I had some vision. Okay, we go to Target, I buy him all of these toys. All the toys. He's like, Daddy, can I have that? I'm like, yeah. Can I have that one? Yeah. So we get to the register. He's like, Daddy, why are you doing this? I said, because, son, you're going viral. So listen, so what ends up happening is J-Funk becomes this major brand. My son becomes like one of the hugest things on YouTube as far back as 2013. And we started to see a lot of success. Now we don't have to buy the toys anymore because all of the companies are just giving them to us. All right? So from there, what ends up happening, me and my wife, we're excited. Let's make another baby. Let's make another one. So a couple years later, you move into the big house first day. Hey, let's go. We good. We have our next child. We call him Miracle Baby Josiah. Miracle Baby Josiah is born 24 weeks. My wife was pregnant, and she birthed Miracle Baby Josiah. So he's 1 pound. He has grade 4 bleeds in his brain, and the doctor's like, he's not gonna make it. And me and my wife, we're like, no. We know the God that we serve. And we believe that he can do all things. This is gonna be our miracle baby. So miracle baby Josiah spent 6 months in the hospital before he could come home. And every day, I had the camera on him every single day, because I try to document as much as I can. I tell you this, every second of your life that you're not documenting, you're losing money. Back to Miracle Baby. So 6 months comes, he gets out the hospital, and we're being told so many things that he's not gonna be able to do. So me and my wife decided, you know what? We signed all of these clients, shutting it down. Let's just focus on home. Let's focus on this miracle child that we were given. So we rebrand ourselves as the Soul and Love family, and we say, I've been an entrepreneur for 20 plus years. I can't just sit there. I'm sitting in the house and I got this itch to continue entrepreneurship. So I say, you know what? We had a network before. We're going to make a network just with our family. So when it ends up happening, we're putting content out every day. We end up reaching 500 million views on our family channel. So people wanted to see what was J-Funk up to now? What's going on with him? What's going on with the miracle baby? What's my sons? It grew to a point where we basically are just getting paid to live. It is possible that you can get paid to live.
Yes, it is. But by the way, hey, listen, by the way, I want to say this because I met Coach AP at Grant's event a few months ago. And I haven't told him this yet. But I was like, hey, I want you to speak at the event because you got such an amazing story of how you've got, what do you have, billions? What's your, how many views you got now?
I mean, over the internet as a whole, it sounds crazy, but it's more like 100 billion because
100 billion views. Yeah. So him monetizing his channel, I'm sitting there talking to him, and he's like, dude, you're not monetizing your channel? I was like, no, why? He's like, because I live off of that. I'm like, oh, shit. But I never wanted my people to actually, like I didn't want my people to be like, there's video, like there's ads coming up. So he goes, turn that thing on, man. Just turn it on. No joke. $10,000 a month. Passive income. I got a $10,000 check yesterday.
Hey!
Yeah, because of this guy. Because of him.
I love it.
So
I love it. So every day, everything that you're not documenting, you're missing out on potential income that you can just live. Live your life and live the lifestyle of your dreams. Yeah. So people wanted to see my life. They wanted to see my family's life. We continue to make content, and the people continue to come. When Miracle Baby Josiah is on the swings for the first time, 8 million people wanted to see that. I used to I grew up back when it was WWF, not WWE. Big wrestling fan. Wrestling fans, come on, where y'all at? So my favorite was the Ultimate Warrior. He'd come, grabbing on the ropes. So I made a video with my son J-Funk and Josiah, Miracle Baby Josiah, and they're just mimicking that because I showed them the Ultimate Warrior. So they're on the ropes like this. For some reason, 18.8 million people like that video. So me telling you this, I know I'm no different than any of you, okay? There's parts of your personality, parts of your character that the world is waiting to see. And we live in a day where there's a market. There's a place for every last one of us to reach people. And then once we reach those people and we become a brand, there's benefits to having that brand, huge benefits. I go into Audi to get a car. They see me, and then they find out who I am. They're like, oh, wait, no. We'll give you the A8 at the price of the A3. I had the salesman, she quit after selling us the car. She's like, I got to turn into an influencer. Like, she literally quit. She going, right, babe? She's done. Because the beauty of this is that when you have influence, the power you have with that is that you're able to help other companies really grow to another level. Because people want what you have. They want access to that market. So this lane is such a new thing that there's just more and more. It's unlimited opportunities that you guys can tap into. So after about a couple months, my neighbors, about 10 of them bought Audis. So I got 3 out front, so about 10 of my neighbors bought Audis. I go back up to the dealership. I'm like, how's business? They're like, oh, it's good. I said, yeah, thanks to me, right? I told them, I said, look, man, I'm not paying for another car again. And they say, is that all you want? So, no, that's not all. Say, yeah, what else comes with that? Well, you know we just did the Super Bowl, so, you know, there's a budget in the millions for you if you want to actually make some content with us. So I produced a commercial. I wish I had it. I have it, but I just wanted to just freestyle. You know, you guys can look everything up afterwards, but I did a commercial with Audi, not paying for a car again. So what ends up happening after that is back to cracking algorithms, right? So my next level of cracking algorithms comes in the form of the Black Tube. Me and my wife created a platform. It's similar to YouTube, but it offers more opportunities for people of color, more opportunities for those who have been blacklisted. Because there's a blacklist on these major platforms. I never even heard, there's like Facebook jail or something like that. The internet that I started out on, it was open source. So there was no jail. You could just spread your wings and fly. Now, it's not the same. And I know it's not the same because I'm not seeing the results from different people that I saw within the internet. So the people who I'm able to actually touch, the people who get it, they go and they fly. They become millionaires from creating content, from their passions. And for me, I wanted to create a platform where unlimited amount of people, I want to see hundreds of thousands, I want to see millions of millionaires, thousands, tens of thousands of billionaires. This stuff is possible. And the day and age we live in, where technology is, it's designed. Technology is designed for the content creators right now, for the influencers. You go to the store, regular store, and you can see ring lights and stuff just sitting right there. Like, they're waiting for us to pick up the signs. They're waiting for you guys to pick up the signs and become this next great thing. So on our platform, the way we've created it, there's no wait for monetization. YouTube, it used to be where you could just walk right in and well, you had to get connected. My wife actually got monetized first, and then it turned into everything. But there was no quota. Now there's a quota that you have to reach. You have to have at least 1,000 subscribers, at least 240,000 watch time minutes before you can even become a partner. On our platform, on the BlackTube, you instantly can become a monetized partner the first day you join. All right? If you're somebody who creates content that coaching, courses, you can charge a premium for your content. And if you have a skill set, if you have a trade that you want to share with the world, you deserve to be paid big time for it. I've made millions on YouTube. However, a video that reaches 40 million people, if you can reach 40 million people in this world, I think that the type of money you should make from that should be in the millions. You just reach 40 million. It should be in the tens of billions to be able to reach that people. So the systems that were in place, they are not designed for that. They're designed for you to create content and then come back again and create more content, come back again, create more content. So we've created a system where if you, let's say you were to charge $5 for a piece of content, and I got a video with 40 million views, let's say, 10% of that, 4 million people, $5 a pop, that's 20 mil right there off of one piece of content. Whereas the value just off of advertising, you might see 100,000 from that. You know, you might see 200 grand. So the thing is that we just want to create more opportunities for content creators to become millionaires and billionaires, and it truly is possible. So it's just a beautiful day that we're living in, where all you have to do is pull out your phone. Pull out your phone, video something, and you can reach the world just like that. Technology is on that level today. I have a video. Actually, any of you guys watch the NCAA tournament, the championship game? So there's an Oreo commercial out, and this commercial seen by 18 million people that day. Within that commercial, me, my sons, my nephews and nieces, we're in this Oreo commercial, and we're seeing residuals from content that I shot on my phone. So I'm on television. I play basketball. I would have loved to have played in the NCAA tournament, but instead, I'm getting paid during this game for something that I did on my phone.
Let's go.
So
Let's go.
these, I'll give you this kind of insight to let you know it's that easy. It definitely takes work. It takes effort, and you have to have the actual bait to reel in those fish. TikTok, it's a different kind of bait for that platform. Instagram, a different type of bait. Facebook, a different type of bait. If you want to reel in those fish, there's a different type of bait that you need per platform. At our company, coachap.net, what we do is we look at the clients, we look at our students, we find that area, find that passion, because you might even be doing something that is not really the thing that you should be doing. But we'll help you find that passion. Upon finding that passion, we'll show you at least 7 ways, at least 7 different forms of revenue streams that you can have within that one passion. And then the next step is for you to begin to monetize that and make money in your sleep, make residual income straight from content you create. This is, just like there's physical real estate, that's digital real estate now. You are now owning your piece of digital real estate. So
Let's go. Dude, let's help these guys with some Q&A.
One more question.
Yeah, go.
One more question. If you could own real estate, how many pieces of land do you want? As much as you can, right? So every time that you're not documenting something, somebody's taking your real estate. So get out there and make some content. Give it up.
Oh. Have a seat. Have a seat. Yeah. By the way, great fucking job.
All right.
Great job. Great job. So guys, as we're closing up here, and I'm going to come back on for a little bit. Everybody good? Yeah. All right. Hey, we may go about 30 minutes later. Is that all right? Yeah. All right. Cool. Because I want to make sure he gets finished, and I got to finish up on some personal credit. We're going to knock out some quick business credit, and then we're going to go eat. All right. So, man, what? I meet this guy. It shocks me because I meet him a month ago, and I'm like, I'm never in there. It's like, tells me about the black tube, tells me about monetizing. I was like, there's a reason why we met.
Yeah.
Flies in from California. I'm like, you got to speak. You got to tell these people this, that there's actually money to be made passive. We're talking about passive income this whole day. And here we are today, and you got Coach AP talking about billions of views and how you guys should start your YouTube. I mean, like, if you took anything away from this, it should be, hey, I want to start my YouTube channel ASAP, because that is real estate that never goes away. You put a video up, it never goes away. And I've been doing this for 7 years now to build up 500,000 subscribers. You're at where? 600,000. 600,000 subscribers on one channel.
Well, family-wise, we probably have about 20 different channels, but in total, it's like 150 channels that I'm behind.
And he's just monetizing all of them. And guess what? I thought, if somebody's going to watch my channel, and then they're watching my, the credit game, and once an ad pops up, they're going to be pissed off. How many people you think in the last month and a half went, dude, turn off your ads? They just go like this. They go, skip, 10,000. First month was I moved in halfway, so I got a $3,700 check. Then this last one was $10,000. It's going to keep growing and growing and growing and growing, all because of him. I had no idea. He's like, dude, you're 7 years late. I'm like, 7 years late? I said, you got to tell these guys, man. Anyone who has a YouTube channel, or if you haven't started one, it is a massive platform to make money. And I never thought about monetizing because, as you know, you've probably watched me on YouTube, right? Which is how you got to hear. Probably every single person on here have seen me on YouTube. And then I monetize by saying, hey, if you need help with your credit, you don't want to have any baby boy credit cards anymore. You're tired of living in that car, the wheels are falling off it, you probably better call me, right? If you want help, look, there's 3 options. You got this, or you got. And so I monetize it by saying, hey, call my business. That's the way I thought about monetizing. But I didn't think about, hey, I could double dip. I can go here, tell you to call him, but also at the same time, while the videos are playing, I'm actually making money. $120,000 a year, and that's at current scale. This guy does significantly because he's 7 years ahead of me. Can you imagine, like, you guys could be doing millions of dollars a year on just YouTube monetization. Whoa. Oh. So, I do have a couple questions for you. Self-questions for these guys here. Number one, what do you want them to do as we close out here? What would you like everybody that's watching online? Thank you guys for being here. I know we haven't said that enough, but everyone was watching on the live stream. Thank you all for being here. I know you're here in spirit with us and you're not here in person, but whether you're working or you couldn't make it here, thank you for being here and participating. I know there's, probably, 20,000 people, 50,000 people, whatever it is. Thank you guys for being here in any capacity you could be in. What do you want these guys to do that could help them out? Where do you want them to go?
Start. The greatest day. It ain't when you make $1 million. It ain't when you make 10 million. The greatest day is when you start. There's so many people who they can't start. This needs to be perfect. That needs to be perfect. This needs to be right. Start.
Start your channel today.
Start. That's the number one thing.
Okay. Where can they find you, or what is the, where would you like them, because I know you didn't show it. By the way, you guys see this little thing down here? Most people think it's a teleprompter. It's not a teleprompter. Everything's up here. Like, this is a mirror of that. Mm-hmm. Just in case you guys know. It's not like we're reading off of this thing, right? So, unless I'm doing slides, right? But it's a mirror of that. But I'm saying that because I didn't see anything go up where they can find you. What do they need to do? How can they get closer to you? What would you like these guys to do, and everybody online watching?
Okay, so I have a channel on the Black Tube. Is TheBlackTube.com/@
Do we have a
Coach
QR code? Do we have
AP.
Do we have a?
Yeah, so we have a QR code for that. I also, anybody who you see in here, anybody that you see in here with a shirt for the Black Tube, okay, there goes one standing up, there's two, there's a couple more, there's another over here. They can help you out on getting you in contact with me. For the people that's online, it's TheBlackTube.com/@ Coach AP. I have a channel on there where I'm just dropping the jewels. I'm giving so much away on that channel. I don't, the stage that I'm at now, I never created an Instagram account. There's a lot of social media that I don't use because it's not open source. So for me, it's not going to take me to where I want to go. So I'm kind of exclusive with that, so you can either find me there or on my platform, which is coachap.net.
And this is where he teaches not just the Black Tube and being for part of the channel, but what he teaches is how, and correct me if I'm wrong, is how you guys can help blow up your YouTube channel. You do a coaching platform where you teach them how to blow up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I have all kind of different courses. One of my favorite is how to grow your YouTube channel 10 times faster. So that's one that, I mean, I've gone through all of the blood, sweat, and tears, so you don't have to. It's so important for you to have mentors, have coaches that will help get you there that much faster. And coaching is something I just got into last year. So many people wanted me to coach them, but before that, I was managing different people's channels and stuff. So now, it's like, what's in here? I'm sharing it with the world. And outside of that, because the Black Tube that's my new baby, the stuff that I share on there is stuff that I don't normally, I probably wouldn't put on YouTube or any other platform. So, all of that stuff, it grows organically. I've never really told anybody subscribe to me or anything like that. Like, everything just grows. When you put it out there, when you start, your audience will find you. Like, me and Mike have this synergy. As soon as we met, oh my gosh, the synergy that we had, it was unbelievable. And that was probably 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a month ago.
And here we are today.
And he's on my stage 3 weeks.
Building
and
together.
And this is the craziest thing about the whole thing, is If you think about the credit game starting this YouTube channel 24 months ago, every single person in here, this is crazy. Like this is going to blow your mind right here. 24 months ago, I started my YouTube channel, right? I've got 0. Today we're at, I think if you check, and I could be off. It's a 500,000.
Yeah,
Thank you. So 500,000, right? That's in 2 years. Now picture this. 2 years ago, if like you're here today and you haven't started really cranking down on your YouTube, 2 years from today, you could have a passive income of $120,000 a year. 2 years. What most people struggle with is they don't, like he said, they never get started. So thinking about that 2 years ago, if I not done it 2 years ago, I wouldn't have the subscribers to then meet Coach to go, hey, I need to start monetizing. Because I had, 20,000 subscribers. He'd be like, well, and I'd probably be doing, $300 a month. If you guys start now and start really cranking out on YouTube, it seems like a lifetime, but 2 years from now is going to fly by, and then you're going to be doing $10,000 a month. We know it can be done. He's already doing millions on it. I'm just starting out on it. I have the channel, but never monetize the channel. Build it, and they will come. One last question. What does the term credit game mean to you?
Wow. The interesting thing about credit game is when we met, I didn't even realize that I had watched your content before. So
I'm out there.
You really put people on game. You're giving people access that normally they would not have. I think one of your videos, I was looking at, and this is some years ago. This is some time ago, and I think you were showing one of the sites where you can see what you possibly can get approved for without actually having to run your credit. I had no clue that it was you that I was watching.
Here he is now.
I'm just telling them this now.
How to get credit cards without your social.
Yes.
That's the video. Yeah, I did that about 2 years ago. That was one of my first.
So, for me, the credit game it's unbelievable what you can do with having good credit. As you heard earlier from different guys, you can use this to create other businesses. You can use this to invest in property. Me, or you can use it for toys for your kids. And then guess what? You do this content. We give Miracle Baby Josiah, like, okay, baby gets what is that? A Nintendo Switch and this toy and that toy. And then people are like, oh, they bought that for that little baby? Not knowing that we're using credit for one. But then two, in days, it's paid for itself back. You know what I mean? Because you're monetizing your life and you're getting paid back for that. So the credit game is a huge part of that. When you understand the credit game, your possibilities are endless. So endless possibilities with the credit game.
Give it up for Coach. Hey! Let's go! Give it up for Coach. Start your channel.
Thank you for having me.
Man, you're awesome.
All right.
White privilege ain't stopping me. More properties than Monopoly. Not the old, but the new Monopoly. I got them digital properties. Back as a team, not planting seeds when no one believe. Follow my dreams.
All right, guys, let's give it up one more time for Coach AP. Let's go. Awesome stuff today, guys. Unbelievable. Again, I'm so happy that you all
can't guard me like I play for the league. I'm unstoppable. 15 joints all profitable. You already know what it is. I'm unstoppable. 15 companies profitable. You already know what it is. Never been been a thug and I never been a scrub. Never been drunk and I never did drugs. Never paid a cover charge to go to a club. Only thing I OD off is love. Look in my closet, see more kicks than Mr. Miyagi. Look at my garage, you think you was up at Walter's Audi.